Hello and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranj and today I'll be giving you Capper Comparison Picks for UFC Fight Night 190. These are select fights because I've got a main card fight, and this is actually a prelim fight. I messed the order up when I did my research. So, anyway, I do have other fights I've covered Monday and yesterday, today being Wednesday. So I'm going to get right, be sure to check those out. The shows I did yesterday and Monday, that covers most of the prelims, except for this one here. And I think there might be one or two of them tomorrow. The order's all messed up. I wrote the order down early like a fool, and it changed, and so these are all over the place. Anyway, let's get on with it. We're gonna start out with this light heavyweight prelim fight. We got Marcin Prachnio taking on Ike Hurricane Villanueva. Okay. Marcin Prachnio, the favorite here, minus 190. That line did move from a minus 220, meaning money is coming in on Ike Villanueva. Because Ike Villanueva was a plus 175, now he's a plus 165. Anyway, back to the favorite in Marcin Prachnio. He's 14-5. He's coming off a win against Khalil Roundtree, unanimous decision. He has lost 3 of his last 5 fights. He fights out of the Tatsujin Dojo in Deventer, Netherlands. He's got a 2-inch height and 1-inch reach advantage over Ike Hurricane Villanueva. I think Villanueva roughly translates to new house. Right? Villa, house, Nueva, new. I don't know. I never took Spanish. Anyway, the Hurricane, Ike Villanueva, comes in with a record of 18-11. He's the underdog at plus 165. He is coming off a win against Vinicius Moreira, second round KO. Fighting out of the 4-ounce Fight Club in Houston, Texas. Other fighters, active fighters that have fights are Daniel Pineda. He's on this card going against Touchy Feely. Andre Feely, already covered that fight on Monday, so go back and check out the picks for that. I ended up picking Feely. Then we've got Domingo Pilarte is going to be fighting Brian Boom Kelleher. So Domingo Pilarte also fighting out of Houston, Texas, the 4-ounce Fight Club with Ike. Oh, look at this crap marker. Sorry about that. But anyway, taking the favorite here in Marcin Prachnio. We've got what's going on. It's Bleed. Now Bleed he said no bet on here, no bet. But if he's choosing a side, he thinks Prachnio should win this fight. He's overall better fighter than Villanueva. Then over here we've got the boys from Tiger Bomb MMA. Johnny is taking Ike by TKO in the second. But Jose didn't really have a pick because he said this is what the deal is. It's either going to be Ike Villanueva TKO in the first or Prachnio by decision. So he didn't really specify. I can't write him on both sides. That would be moot, right? It would make no sense. Anyway, also taking Marcin Prachnio, we've got UFC Gambling Addicts, Leighton from UFC Gambling Addicts, picking Prachnio. We've got Real Quick Picks. That guy's name is Mitch. taking the underdog in Ike Villanueva. From now on, I'm just going to put RQP, the Queens Rangers, or nothing. No, I'm sorry, RQP from now on, because I'm not writing real quick picks every time. The guy's name is Mitch. All these links will be in the description. Be sure to check these guys out. Also taking Ike, we've got it's your boy eBay's on board with the Hurricane Villanueva. Pub Sports Radio. This is the show. This one had Clint and his special guest, one of my favorite gamblers, Gianni the Greek. Pub Sports Radio. Let's see. Clint is leaning. Gianni's gonna pass. He said sometimes the smartest move to do is pass. This heavyweight coin flip fight, Gianni's gonna pass on this. But Clint, he didn't come full out and say Villanueva is gonna win, but he said, don't let Prachnio mess up your parlays. That's what he said, something to that effect. You can decipher yourself. You can, so I'll put the link in the description. Check it out, because it was kind of foggy. But I think he's on board with Villanueva. That's what I gathered from that. That Gianni the Greek, that guy likes to talk. He likes to ramble about his methods, and I don't know. He likes to talk about the whole hobby of sports gambling rather than the fights. But because he'll come straight out and say he doesn't. There's a lot of people that know much more about fighting. He knows about betting. That's his deal. But anyway, he's saying pass on this fight. And finally, to wrap it up, we've got Schroeder from MMA, Schroeder MMA Bet, and he is saying Ike Villanueva by decision for the underdog. Now this is very tempting because I got the capper majority picking the plus money in Ike Villanueva. I just don't see it happening, man. I think Marcin Prachnio is the better fighter. I know he's lost the last 3 of 5, but you know who he's lost to? You can't really take anything from it because he's lost to, what was that? Smiling Sam Alvey, Magomed Ankalaev, and Mike Slow Rodriguez. So, I mean, take that for what you will. He is, like I said, he's coming off a unanimous decision win against Khalil Roundtree. Yeah, this is a tough pick for me, but I'm going to have to fade the double-digit losses here. Look at that garbage pen marker. Perfect. Basket. So I'm going to go with, I have to go with Marcin Prachnio. I mean, Ike Villanueva got beat by the Beverly Hills Ninja there, which I know Beverly Hills Ninja just made quick work of his last opponent too, so you can't really, it's hard to judge, but you can't do MMA math with 4. You can though. You can take, but it's just like the matchup here. I don't know. I just like Prachnio. I think he's gonna, man, it's very close to call. But I don't like these double-digit losses on Villanueva. I fade those fighters, I tend to. So I'm taking Marcin Prachnio here to get it done. We're going to have to say by decision because there is a lot of fight in Ike Villanueva. He will fight hard for your money, for the bettors taking him. For the sake of the show and for the sake of Tapology, I'm taking Marcin Prachnio, but I'm going to be watching the weigh-ins, and that may change. I'm not very confident with Prachnio in this spot, but for the sake of the show, I'm taking it for now by decision. Moving on! Next, we've got Renato Moicano taking on Jai Herbert. This is a low-key good fight, man. I like this because we got Moicano coming in with a record of 14-4-1, a favorite at minus 235, 2-1 favorite, over 2-1 favorite, and he's taking on Jai Herbert. Jai Herbert comes with a record of 10 and only 2 losses. And he's the 2-1 underdog, plus 200 on Jai Herbert. Okay, let's discuss a little bit about Renato Moicano. He fights out of American Top Team and the Constrictor Team in Brazil. However, he is coming off some, this is the deal. He's lost, he's 2-3 in his last 5. Most recently, he got knocked out by Rafael Fiziev in the first round. But Rafael Fiziev is one of the striking coaches at Muay Thai, Tiger Muay Thai over in Phuket, Thailand. So you can't, I don't know why Renato Moicano decided to stand with him. But anyway, before that, he has a loss to Chan Sung Jung, TKO in the first round, and he has a loss to Jose Aldo, KO second round, and his 4th loss was against Brian Ortega, which he got submitted in round 3. So that's his 4 losses against 4 popular prime opponents. So it's hard to, what are you going to say about that? You can't. He did, in that mess of losses, he does have wins against, I didn't write it down, but I want to say Cub Swanson was in there, and who's Damir Hadzovic? She beat him too, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, Renato Moicano, that goes to show his chin, suspect, minus 235. Let me tell you, there's line movement too. That minus 235 did start out as a minus 250. That means money's been coming in on Moicano to lower it to minus 235. Jai Herbert it just barely moved. It was plus 195. That move bumped up to plus 200. So that's just saying there's been some gambling money coming in on Moicano. Let's talk about his opponent, the underdog, 2-1 underdog, Jai Herbert. Jai Herbert, Black Country banger. Now, Black Country is part of the United Kingdom. I think it goes back to when the Industrial Revolution, when there was a lot of coal mining going on in that area, and a lot of, smoke and the clouds from the soot and the coal and the factories. They called it the Black Country. That is like Wolverhampton. I'm not from England, so I'm not from, I've never even been to the United Kingdom, but I'm just going by my prior knowledge of things. But yeah, that they called it it's not because Jai Herbert's black and from the country. It's because Black Country. That's what they call the area of the UK where he's from. They call it the Black Country because he does fight out of Team Renegade in Birmingham, England. And he is, I heard from cappers that he's been exclusively training with Leon Edwards, who's, coming off his win against Nathan Diaz. So you gotta expect the atmosphere in the training center over there where Jai Herbert is training with Leon Edwards. I'm sure the atmosphere is very positive. A lot of good vibes going into that camp. Just saying. Jai Herbert does have a 2-inch height and 5-inch reach advantage over Renato Moicano. He's coming off a loss, though, to Francisco Trinaldo. He got knocked out in round 3. I did also write in my notes, there was a time he caught COVID. I don't know how you want to take that, but some people don't quite recover fully after they got it. See Hamzat Chimaev. I'm just saying, he ended up retiring because of it. So, let's see what these cappers have to say about this banger between Black Country banger and Renato Moicano. Taking the favorite, we've got real quick picks, Mitch, RQP. That stands for real quick picks. He's taking Moicano. Then taking Herbert, we've got Pub Sports Radio. And that is, Clint did not pick a side in this one. He just chose the under. He's picking the violence bet. But he didn't choose a side, so I'm not going to write him. I'm going to write Gianni. Gianni said this is a dog or pass spot for him. And considering Jai Herbert is the 2-to-1 dog, Gianni's listed as taking him. Then we've got, jump back over, it's your boy taking Moicano by submission in the second round. You know, Moicano is coming out of American Top Team and the Constrictor Team in Brazil. So tons of talent to train with in those facilities. Then we've got what's going on. Bleed is taking Jai Herbert by knockout. That's a ballsy bet, but you gotta realize Moicano, he's his last 2-3 in his last 5, and knockout, submission, or knockout. Yeah, Rafael Fiziev, round 1 knockout. Chan Sung Jung, round 1 TKO ground pound, I think. Jose Aldo, knockout 2nd round. And you know, so that's, I don't know, take that for what you will. You know, gather the info. There's some info for you. Schroeder, he's got Moicano though, and he's saying within distance, inside the distance, he thinks he's going to finish him. However, he's going to put a little money bet on Jai Herbert. So I don't know how I'm going to write that in there, but he's putting a hedge bet on Jai Herbert, but his pick to win is Renato Moicano. Then we've got Tiger Bomb. Both the boys from Tiger Bomb, Jose and Johnny. Johnny is saying first round KO. Jose didn't specify, but they're both taking Jai Herbert. That's both of them. And finally, for the tiebreaker, we've got Leighton, UFC Gambling Addicts, taking Renato Moicano for this tiebreaker if you're on the fence. However, this is the deal for me. I like the plus money, so I'm going to take Jai Herbert. He's 10-2, man. I mean, I'm going to go with that. I like that he's been training with Leon Edwards over there in England for the Black Country Banger. I know the British fighters are not known for their like wrestling, and this is you know, Renato Moicano, he does edge him when it comes to the grappling. I didn't look at stats, but I'm sure he's got more like takedown accuracy, probably better takedown defense. But Jai Herbert, I think on the feet might be able to do it. Those guys from England, they can box. So I think he's going to, and striking, man, Moicano with that chin, I'm going to say Herbert's going to get it done knockout. I'm going to say knockout. I don't even got to call the round. It's already a plus 200. So I'm just going to say Jai Herbert by knockout. And moving on. Time check. Where we at? Oh, I'm flying. We're at 20 minutes. That's about right. I'm averaging about 10 minutes per fight that I cover. I don't like to go much more than a half hour. So, moving on. Next we have the bantamweight fight between Raoni Barcelos and Timur Valiev. Raoni Barcelos is awesome, man. No, he's just fantastic. He comes in the record of 16-1. He is a minus 220 favorite against Timur Valiev. 17-2. Timur Valiev is awesome. This is probably going to be fight of the night for me. It's for real. This should be up there in the co-main event slot, I think. But anyway, we're covering it right now, guys. So, let's talk about the favorite first in Raoni Barcelos. Raoni Barcelos fighting out of Rizzo RVT. His dad is one of the head coaches there. I guess his dad was a renowned fighter. I want to say boxing or jiu-jitsu or wrestling, because Raoni was on the Olympic Brazilian wrestling team. He was a member of that. And one of these guys said he's been doing the whole fight scene since his dad started him very young, like 5 years old, already doing fighting relating stuff. He's got 85% takedown defense for Raoni Barcelos. He's coming off a win against Khalid Taha, unanimous decision. He's got 1 inch height advantage over Timur Valiev, but they have this identical reach. Timur Valiev, the DAG fighter, now he's fighting out Jackson Wink. You know Jackson Wink, I've mentioned them plenty of times. Very good facility. Lucky Timur Valiev. He's got that record of 17-2, but there was a bullshit marijuana thing against one of his victories, which should, or was it a no? I don't know. I'm not gonna look it up, but there was something. Whatever. He's coming off his last win against Martin Day, unanimous decision. Lucky. We'll see how lucky he is when he fights Raoni Barcelos. Anyway, let's get to what these cappers have to say in this fight between a potential eventual championship contender in. Actually, both these guys really, they have potential. This is a tough fight. Let's see how it plays out. Okay, taking Barcelos, we've got Leighton from UFC Gambling Addicts. And we're gonna go right down the list because there's a lot. Taking the minus 220 favorite. Line movement, this didn't move, plus 185 for Valiev. Did not move, but Raoni Barcelos, it was 230, now it's 220, so that indicates some money must be coming in on lucky Timur Valiev. UFC Gambling Addicts is taking Raoni Barcelos. I gotta find a marker that's not gonna give me problems. Here we go. And then we've got Tiger Bomb. Both those guys, Johnny and Jose, are both saying Barcelos by decision. You know, I'd be cautious about the DAG fighter, but this is the thing. Barcelos has a win against another Russian, Said Nurmagomedov. Is it Nurmagomedov or what's his last name? Crap. Uno momento, por favor. Here it is. I just gotta see. Yeah, Said Nurmagomedov. He's got a unanimous decision over fellow Russian Said Nurmagomedov. So Valiev, hope you studied tape. Also, Pub Sports Radio, Clint is taking Barcelos. However, jump over here, Gianni the Greek is saying dog or pass. So I'm gonna write D-O-P. D-O-P, dog or pass. In this case, like you said, he's not really he doesn't watch a lot of tape fighting. He's just pure gambler. But he seems to be, I guess from what he claims, he's a winning gambler. And he's got proof, unlike other people that claim to be winning that aren't. You guys know who I'm talking about. One of my favorites. And anyway, we've got, where was I? Okay, it's your boy, eBay. eBay agrees that this is going to be fight of the night, but he's leaning toward Barcelos to get the win. Then we've got real quick picks. Mitch also taking Raoni Barcelos. And what's going on? Bleed to round it out. However, there's another contrarian picker. We got Soroder, MMA bet. And he's saying by decision for Timur Valiev. It could happen, man. It really could happen. This is a very tough fight for me, but I'm going with Barcelos. I think Barcelos, the thing is, these guys are up there in age already here. Barcelos is getting toward, he's 34, kind of crawling out of his prime. Timur Valiev, 31. But I'm going to have to go with Raoni, yeah. Range. And I think he's going to get it done same way, by decision. So there you have it. To recap, time check. And look at that, 27 minutes. Okay, to recap, we've got Marcin Prachnio beating Ike Villanueva. The Hurricane, this was a very close fight. Like I mentioned earlier, I might have to revisit again for my third model after I watch the weigh-ins. But right now, I'm fading Villanueva because of his double-digit losses. Prachnio, I think he's going to come out winning the decision there. Then I've got Herbert upsetting Renato Moicano. Herbert, I like that he's been training with Leon Edwards. I like the positivity in that camp, keeping that energy up off that win. And I like the boxing out of England rather than to win over the grappling and BJJ of Renato Moicano. So this, another close one, but I'm going to take the plus money. By the way, BC Dave got his plus money junkie shirt today. Looks great on you, Dave. He sent me the Instagram picture. It looks fantastic. I appreciate you joining the plus money junkie family. he's the first official. Anyway, finally, I've got Raoni Barcelos beating Timur Valiev in a close one, but I like Raoni that he started fighting once he was 5, and he's still fighting with his dad. He's the pride of that Rizzo RVT gym, and I like him to get up. This is going to be the fight of the night, guys. It's going to be the banger, and it's going to go to decision, and I think Barcelos is going to edge out the decision. So there you have it. Gather the info. Place those bets and cash the tickets. I appreciate you watching. Be sure to hit that like, comment with who you guys think are going to win these very close fights. Each one of them could go either way, but I'm sticking with my picks thus far. This is the one I'm most, anyway, I will revisit these in the live stream on Friday, but right now I'm going with this. I'm going to parlay this right now. I'm a man of my word, and I put that stuff in, and I might change it for Friday. Anyway, thanks for watching. Good luck on your bets, and I'll see you next episode.